accelerate and then start launching. But that's okay, we could just do an inclination change while we're here. It's just costly in terms of fuel, but if you recall, our advantage is we have more fuel than we need. 5125433. Five one two five four three three. It's as though it's messing up with an angle. That's weird. Wait. 5,125 kilometers. 5,128. That's good enough. Now the periapsis is 4,072. I still have no idea what that bug is. 4,072. My God, I hope we can really fix that nonsense. There we go. We need less prograde. What did I say it was? 4,072. We're gonna need way more than that. 4,084. 4,079, 77. 72. Perfect. Once we're in that orbit, it will be good to start burning at the ascending node. It's 45-degree angle difference. That is terrible though, but as you can see, we have 1,000 left in this tank alone. So that's 400 to just burn. That leaves us about 600 to do this, and after that we still have 868, so we are doing just fine. Now let's adjust to our node and fast forward. In the meantime, by the way, let's add an alarm for that node so that we don't get any nasty surprises. Okay. Let's fast forward. This baby's a... Oh, I'm doing the same thing as before. Its power is nearly dead. 11 minutes. Fortunately, look at that clamshell deploy. This is why I like adjusting that. Fortunately, we did have these solar cells on this baby. In fact, we had the beautiful gear button for that, which we apparently didn't define. Okay. Extend the... Oh, that was the other one that we had the gear button defined for. The only pity will be if we have to dump this course, that will lose those extra antenna. But not that relevant. So, there we go. Even the tiniest amount of electric charge that's falling on this thing, exposure 12%, already meets all the needs, because this thing uses hardly any power at all. Now we're going to do this in map mode, despite the weird bug that we've been getting. Now, fast forward a little bit, but be careful, because at about, what, 8 to 9 seconds. 3, 2, 1, burn. We have our burn. Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. stop burn. Can be a little bit stronger here. There we go. Now, at this, the ascending node. And again, I find it kind of annoying that you're not able to pick that out easily on your own orbit. Let's see, what direction do we need to rotate? We need to... Oh no. We're coming in this direction. We need to rotate at that direction. We messed up enormously. We need to rotate like this. This is going to take a huge adjustment, which is not easier with this weird graphical bug. No, we made a huge error. We should have waited until here for that liftoff. So now we need to move this rotation into that rotation. So we go in this direction. And we need to make sure to slow down so we stay in our own thing. But this is going to take an inordinate amount of delta V. Oh, I'm messing up, I'm messing up. Okay, I'm just trying to gently adjust these things so we don't get into real strange situations here. But you can see this is already taking 1400. Oh, no. This might be a failure. Unless it just so happens to get 1500. Oh my. We might just be able to do this. 50. We're literally just able to adjust this into the exact orbit that we need. Wait. Am I missing something? Am I doing this completely wrong? Hold up. No, we are rotating in the right direction. Hold on. I nearly made an enormous mistake. See, we are rotating in that direction. What we need to do is adjust it far less. We would be going in the wrong direction had I made that adjustment. We're rotating in this direction, so the angle, it was 45 degrees and not 135. So at this point, we need to adjust in this direction. Imagine had we done the burn the other side, did all that effort only to find out that through my own inattentiveness, we had messed everything up. Okay, that is good. We first adjust that orbit like that, then burn to try and equalize as much as we can. There, and we're gonna have to shift that later. You know what? Why am I waiting this long to do that? That's silly. Let's focus on Kerbal, because rotating around our own satellite is not helping right now with the orientation here. Who said that? Tab, was it right? It's the Sun, Moho, Eve, Gilly, Kerbal. Okay. So, let's change this around. We are rotating like this. We're moving like this. So we need to pick that crossing, adjust it to rotate in this direction. Now, if you can do this well enough, we might be able to adjust it to pretty much our direct needs? There we go. This is certainly a lot less disastrous than it was before. Still need to change this a little bit. No, we're overdoing it right now. That seems relatively acceptable, although a little bit. There we go. I just wanted to roughly touch one of these orbits. This is the largest part of trying to meet these types of things. Is fiddling with these tiny little differences. Okay, I think this is okay. Then at this point we're gonna do the next node. That's what we need. Well, welcome back, Venom. We are currently doing another satellite mission. We're just doing a bunch of these small ones that we had lying around for cash, because we currently have about 1.8 million in cash, which is lovely. And I nearly messed up enormously. Okay, let's delete this and close. 40, 30, 20, slow down. 3, 2, 1, burn. What we're doing is we're adjusting the orbit of this satellite, which is a 45-degree angle of where it needed to be going. So we are adjusting it until we can see it hits about where we need it to hit. And now we can start adjusting at this point to have it roughly meet the orbit that we need it to meet. It will involve burning radially outwards. As you can see, radially inwards will shift your orbit that direction, radially outwards will shift it in that direction. And also a little bit of, there we go, prograde and retrograde. That'll pretty much get it in, there we go, into the specified parameters. We can do a little bit more radially outward to shift that thing down. That is about exactly where we need it to be. So rather than yesterday where we did a whole bunch of missions at the same time and tried to multitask it, this time I'm just taking my time and doing one at a time. There we go. So in a moment we'll want to see report for, oh, this is nearly done, the Minmus scan one. Good. Not that one. Polar orbit. This needs to become a check mark, so keep your eye on that one. Now, we have a burn of 2 seconds. It should be doable. To 1 second. There we go. This we need to be a little bit precise on. It's not crucial, but it'll help. 3, 2, 1, 2, 1. Oh, darn it. Well, that ruined our plans. Oi, no. Because we switched, we didn't have the thing. Oh, but this is already within the polar orbit, so we just need to maintain stability for 10 seconds. That does it. Even though we were beyond the goal a little bit. this is acceptable. So the advantage is we have now put into orbit a satellite that has the largest dish that we currently have. So we combine this one to just get a satellite in orbit with the advantage of having the larger dish that'll reach further into space. So thank you for the 86,000 Space Center. Now the other thing I think we can do today is going to be bringing that one probe into a close orbit of the sun. Oh, hello. This is perfect. Do you remember how earlier we said that we wanted to put a Kerbal into orbit for 30 days, but Alex said that he preferred that already be in a space station. Guess who's getting a mission to build a new orbital station that can support 5 Kerbals? Antenna, docking port, generate power, 5 Kerbals, yes. We are going to be taking that build a station mission. Exactly, space station. That's gonna be this weekend. We'll start building the new Kerbal space station. Our fully operational science station. I'm afraid your rebel friends will find it quite intellectual. I'm completely messing up that quote. We have to make it, for we must, indeed so. Indeed so. We are now contractually obligated to do that this weekend. Space station. Okay. We wanted to conduct a survey of the magnetic field environment around the sun. Checking our delta V maps to go from the surface of Kerbin to a low orbit of Kerbal, the sun, takes 11,730 meters per second. So we need something with 12k meters per second. We're gonna send a probe to Kerbal. It is the Kerbal life. They shall wash their hair with Kerbal Essence shampoo. Oh my god. I did not even think of that. Kerbal remedies. Probe core. We will design something. Kerbin Solar Sat. A mission to the sun. It's gonna be so bright, it's gonna be golden. Okay. Our mission to the sun is going to need power. You know what? We'll probably, I'm realizing, going to need a pretty darn big satellite. So, we're going to need a big darn dish on this satellite. This pretty darn big satellite is going to need a computer guidance system. We're going to want this computer guidance system to be powered. And that power, we're going to make sure we have enough of. The Icarus. You know what? That is actually... Solar Sat Icarus. I believe it was Daedalus who flew too close to the sun, and the max of his feathers melted. But I always mix up Icarus and Daedalus. One of the two died, the other didn't. It'd be quite important to know the difference, you'd imagine. And we're gonna want this baby to have a bunch of science. We're gonna be exploring the magnetic radiation there. We're gonna be making sure whether there's any solar radiation or not. We're gonna see what kind of gravity forces we'll be running into. We want to know how warm it is over there. And you know what? All the time, we're gonna be wanting some sweet, sweet pictures. I have no idea whether these sensors will actually work. But you know what? By golly, we're gonna try. Let's test extending these babies to see what they look like. A little bit strange to be taking photos through bars, but alright. Let's test if we scan these all the time, use all the power constantly. We still have the power. We've got the power. Let's see. We're gonna need magnetometer scans. That is something we're gonna do. Actually, we're gonna do that here. Now, that package needs to be thrust forward. Just a little bit. To make it exciting. When we deploy this, it's gonna look weird. Let's just rotate it until it stops looking weird. There we go. This thing is the probiest, the stickiest, the maneuveriest. Oh, there we go. Wikipedia. Daedalus fashioned 2 pairs of wings out of wax and feathers, and his son. Daedalus tried his wing first, but before trying to escape the island, he warned his son not to fly too close to the sun, or too close to the sea, but to follow his path of flight. Overcome by the giddiness that flying lent him, Icarus soared into the sky, but the process became too close to the sun. Due to heat, melted the wax. Icarus kept flapping, but soon realized he had no feathers left. He was only flapping his bare arms, and so Icarus fell into the sea, in the area which today bears his name, the Icarian Sea near Icaria, an island southwest of Samos. Now that's interesting. So it is Icarus that fell. Thank you. That is very, very good to have that certain. That is interesting. By the way, that is a subject for beautiful paintings. People are very interested with the scene of Icarus falling into the ocean. So I can highly recommend seeing some of those Renaissance paintings about that. We have that, we have that. We have that one. We don't. This is too big. The lab. Plus, it's for Kerbals. We have that one. Potentially, we can move this one here, and we can move the camera there. That makes sense. There we go. Let's extend these to get the full image of just how proby our probe is. We'll call him Proby. Proby the probe. Let's see. Now, are we lacking anything? I'm skipping through a lot of these because I know there's nothing in there that we need. Fuel canister, no. Light's always fun, but we don't need that. We got the signs. Maybe we could just put in another little relay antenna. Why not? Actually, in all seriousness, it might not be that bad to put another antenna there for future generations to enjoy. Too bad it clips. I mean, if it clips here, it'll clip here, right? So there's no point in putting it in a different space. What if we do this one, though? Because we extend that one, and then it no longer... it clips. Actually, it might be good just putting a simple connector on this baby. But we don't need to actually. In that case, what we're just gonna do is gonna move this one up and put an extra battery down there. We have the space. Extra battery space is always useful. Don't need it to land. We don't need it to be aerodynamic. We've never actually used a one of these babies. Oh, this is, hold on, this is another type. One of these babies where you can put all that stuff inside one of these spaces, which is pretty cool. You liked how they use that imagery in Deus Ex Mankind Divided? Proby to probe is majestic. Look at how proby and science-y. I think I can remember Icarus. I mean, of course, Icarus and Daedalus were used in Deus Ex 1 as well, if you remember our playthrough of that one. Yeah, we're gonna need some RCS on this later. Maybe. No, we already have control there. Let's see. We'll probably want this to have all the delta V that we can. Because remember, 10,000. Okay, let's fold this in as much as we can. Track the solar panels. Retract. 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 Enhance. I mean retract. Proby to probe. Let's see about a payload. I doubt that this can oh, it can. It can cover the entire probe. That is glorious. So we're gonna make this little shape like this. I'm gonna have it have 5 sides, and it's gonna deploy real slowly in a clamshell form. No truss, please. No interstage nodes. Stage that fairing. Excellent. So, our goal is about 12k of delta V. In the meantime, this thing is going to need to be controlled. Just to be on the safe side, we're going to add some extra solar panels. These are probably going to get destroyed anyway. We are going to want some RCS. You may want that RCS to be on the bottom here. And the center of weight we'll be working from is right there. So we can put our RCS there, which should be acceptable. Do you know that Oglaf comic about the labyrinth? I don't know that one. It features Daedalus, or at least a version of him, and it's even safe for work, unlike most Oglaf comics. I have no idea what Oglaf comics are. There we go. The center of weight is not going to shift that much from our RCS, so I'm fine with this being there. Now all we have left is building more delta V. So we needed 10,000 delta V, so what we're going to do is add bunches. Now we have a new skipper. Or, no wait, we already had the skipper. This is going to have the thrusterway to get us up there. But the key is we're going to want to work in space. So, my plan is to do that staging that you saw me do earlier. But we're going to do it a lot heavier than we did before. probably something along